Oh,
It is indeed session 4. Oh god, I have to think of another tree to name this. Fuck.
it be.
Start using tree
Alrighty.
parts.
Are we good to go, Vel?
I am recording.
Perfect. Welcome, everyone, as we return once again to the land of gods and dragons. Let's see here.
I don't know what I'm going with.
As we return into our story, we are once again going to go back in time a wee bit. Silvery. Oh yeah, dude. Silvery, years ago, you remember as a younger Eladrin, freshly emerged from a tree deep in the forest. You remember stumbling across a magnificent grove and the Elder Heart tree that was kept there. Much like other nature spirits in the vicinity, you found yourself drawn to this place and to the people that made their home in its general vicinity. The Firbolg of Cran Kelt. Let's see here. You lived in Cran Kelt for several years. A young elf running amongst, Firbolg and Dryad and other Fey children. Nothing strange about that at all. But you found yourself often drawn to stories. Stories that were told communally by the Grand Fire. The best storyteller, of course, was the matriarch of the tribe, who, in your earliest memories, was a particularly venerable old Firbolg by the name of Salek. That's going to be Sailleach.
How did you know I was trying to spell that?
100%. And in fact, you remember hearing your favorite story, the favorite story of many of the young around this Elder Heart tree. The tale of how magic came to be. And you remember a young Firbolg child always begging for another story, or to have that same story told again. The Firbolg with emerald eyes. A friend of yours. In your youth, the two of you trundled about the grove. Both of your lifespans being similar, it would strike many other races of Ayara as weird to have a 30 to 40 year long childhood. But all was well for quite some time, until the day that the venerable matriarch, Salic, passed on. Oops. No, my music, what are you doing? There we go. Upon her death, she left behind 2 children. And 2 siblings there could not have been more different than those left to look after the elder Heartgrove. There is Faithlin, the kind and soft-voiced figure, but one that everyone looked to with a that everyone looked to in times of crisis. And there was Seymer, the one who is a bit more focused on preserving traditions and keeping things steady and the same. The 2 were different, but were able to strike a bit of balance for a time. Until, unfortunately, Faithlin also passed on. Through not necessarily mysterious circumstances, but it was never quite explained to you other than a sickness. Your friend Mill was the son of Faithlin. And it wasn't too long after his mother's death that you witnessed something. From behind a tree, you witnessed the casting out of the Firbolg with the emerald eyes, being told of rot and decay had no place in such a it had no place here where life and beauty was meant to be protected. Your friend left that day, and things were never quite the same afterwards. But by this point, you had pledged yourself to the protection of the tree, to the protection of the grove. And many years passed. Until recently, a few months ago, even less than that, more like about 1.5 to 2 months ago, when the voices of the trees, and particularly the voice of the Elder Heart, went quiet. A sacred grove overrun with fungus and decay. A hurried and or a harried determination from the new matriarch that everything was fine. But everything is not fine.
No.
And the last person that you knew in connection to rot, connection to decay, that you heard in this grove was sent away And so, leaving your grove, you traveled to find this person. And I think right now, as these memories are flooding through Silvery's mind, as you and your companions here in the Underdark are up on a sort of rocky cliff, looking down towards a village of mushroom folk in a place that is so very different from the vibrant and verdant forest that you have called home for your entire life. And your eyes drift over to Mills, the back of Mills' head, as he taps his staff, and a mist of fog and spores begins to envelop all of you to give a bit of cover as all of you start to head down into this cavern. To reiterate, this cavern is quite large. There are stalactites coming down from the roof, or the top of the cavern in here, and it is truly covered in luminescent mushrooms of all many colors: purple, green, blue, giving dim light to this entire area. And below you can all see this village that is, I guess village is the best way to put it. These are clearly buildings, although they look more like buildings that have been grown and shaped. They have, but it's hard. You can see there's like a fence, a ramshackle fence of web and debris that has been set up around the perimeter here. And as all of you proceed through the fog cloud, trying to stay as unvisible as you possibly can, I'd like everybody to make a stealth check, because there are
Here we go.
roving groups of these ettercaps, along with giant wolf spiders that are patrolling the perimeter of this small village.
14.
13.
11.
24.
Damn.
I wonder who's the ranger.
Wonder who's got the stealth build.
Anshu?
You all, I do need to roll for Anshu. Hold on.
Roll a natural 1, and then he is going to just yeet himself towards these guys.
I heard him dragging his fucking shit in the VOD.
Anshu did not roll well. Pfeifferon rolled a natural 19. He has
Daddy
not
Pfeifferon.
He has not a great stealth bonus, however, because he rolled high enough. The average is decent enough for this to be a pass.
Just fair warning, is a really bad lightning storm starting out outside. So if us people in Genie just lose power, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you got smited by God.
Lightning would never strike me.
Wild.
Not in
So-
this mortal coil.
Traversing through the cavern, you manage to, with this fog cloud, sort of look like nothing more than cave mist that has, is kind of floating through the space. And you all proceed down towards the edge of this village, stopping for just a moment to allow a patrol of an one ettercap and one giant wolf spider pass in front of you before you proceed. You guys are in a fog cloud, but if anybody is trying to scout or kind of keep an eye on the situation, I need to know who that is so they can make a perception check. It's going to be the ranger. That makes sense.
That does make sense. I do just have normal human eyes, though.
No way.
You do have normal human eyes, but it is considered dim light in here. So
Okay, good to know.
I
Yeah,
won't.
Does it have to be just one, or can I also be looking?
If you would like to also be looking, that's
Yeah.
totally fine, yeah.
I'd also, because I do have dark vision, and
Well, at least it's just a minus
I got decent
5.
perception.
So should I roll at disadvantage, Kyle?
It's not darkness. It's dim light.
Oh,
so
okay.
You can see.
Gotcha.
I got a 21.
I also got a 21.
You guys wait for this patrol to walk by. There are approximately, you saw at least half a dozen of the ettercaps patrolling, and at least 4, if not more, giant wolf spiders, almost being treated like sheepdogs. But you let this patrol go past, and Silvery and Alexander, you can see up through this kind of fenced blockade the mushroom folk inside, and you see a couple of things. There is 2 or 3 very large mushroom folk towards the center of the village, just like sitting on the ground, and a bunch of very, very small mushroom folk in a circle around them, all just kind of sitting there. And then you see about 4 or 5 others that are just kind of wandering around the village, and both of you watch as one that kind of has the look of a like a morel type mushroom. He's just but it's got 2 sets of arms, and on the right hand side, both arms are gripping onto a very knotted piece of wood, and it just kind of hobbles over, and it makes its way up to the fence, and then like almost like an animal in a zoo, like bumps into the fence, takes a step back, looks at it like it doesn't fully understand, and then just turns around and starts walking in the other direction,
Mhm.
back to a different part of the fence.
Does not appear to be remarkably intelligent, is kind of the vibe.
Just doesn't appear to understand what's going on, I think, is with that perception is a better way to put it. Like,
Okay.
it's like I said, it's like an animal in a zoo. It doesn't understand why there's a barricade there.
Gotcha.
So it looks like there's a few of them here that are just trying to get on with their day, and they can't because there's something in the way.
Yeah. Gotcha.
How many ettercaps did you say there were again, Kyle?
From what you guys saw last session, you saw at least 6 ettercaps and at least 4 giant wolf spiders.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Mill.
I have a question. Theoretically speaking, infestation, it says it's any type of parasite, correct?
Say again.
Infestation says it's any type of parasite, right?
Let me look at
It says cloud of mites, fleas, and or other parasites.
Yeah. I mean, and or other parasites. Yeah, for sure.
So, question:
Mhm.
could I make a cloud of wood-eating termites to eat the fence?
Oh,
Go ahead. This is an interesting use of a cantrip. Go ahead and make for me just a wisdom check.
and would I be able to give advantage with my knowledge of trees and like describing like where the best place to try and weaken a fence
Sure,
would
I'd
be?
allow a help action on this.
Well, thank you, Silvery. That is a
Of course.
23.
23. Roll on my end real quick.
Roll.
You summon this swarm of termites in this space that begin
shudder.
to crunch, 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 crunch. Start to eat through wooden portions of this fence. This Madar kid, this mushroom folk that was walking away, like turns around and like leans its head to one side and just slowly starts to walk back towards that section of fence.
Jailbreak.
It is a cantrip, and they are just termites. It's gonna take them some time, but they're working on a part of the fence.
How long does fog cloud last?
An hour, I think.
10 minutes or an hour.
Oh, is it 10 minutes?
I don't know.
Isn't it like
Concentration up to an hour,
expand though?
and I get to
Or am I
cast it
thinking
at
something
will.
else?
It's 20-foot radius.
You get to
and-
cast it one time per day.
Yeah, and it's concentration up to an hour.
Yep.
Nice.
Up to an hour.
Sick.
Cool. Yeah. The fog cloud is lasting, and you kind of have this little section of fence that is being worked on to weaken it, and you see this like morel mushroom looking fellow just kind of slowly walk back over to that section of fence and just like take one of its little stubby fingers and just poke at the wood.
Do you want me to burn it?
No, if we burn it, it's going to just make more of a mess. I'm going to very slowly in the fog cloud walk around the perimeter of the fence and place more termites at weak points.
Okay. This village is somewhat decently large,
Okay.
and there are multiple patrols of Ettercaps. You have
Okay.
about, I would say, a 4 or 5 minute window right now that there is no patrol in this general area you're already in.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the information I'm going to give you on that. I think even from this direction, now that you're down closer to the village, it's hard to tell where the next patrol is going to be coming from. What direction.
Okay.
But it is a cantrip, so you can just keep doing it. Same general area. Are you right up against the fence doing
No, I it's 30 feet, so.
It's 30 feet.
Mhm.
Are you remaining in the fog cloud? I mean, you can remain in the fog cloud all you wish. Are you making yourself or yourselves known to the creatures within the fence?
I will like stick my head out of the fog
Yeah.
and make eye contact with the mushroom man. I guess he probably doesn't really have eyes, though. He's a mushroom.
He actually does have eyes. He has,
Does he
like,
got little beady eyes?
little pale yellow eyes in the just under the cap of the mushroom, that is his head.
Could it be said that Druidic would be the language of the mushrooms because I am the mushroom man?
If you would like to
Mushroom
attempt to speak to this thing in Druidic, you may absolutely do so.
My son, I have returned.
I'll just stick my head out and just say, "Don't come too close to the fence. Not yet."
Truly is right up against the fence. Just it's been poking at the weak spots already, but it does catch sight of you, and you see that there are the two hands that are gripping the staff. One of them lets go and gives a little wave.
Oh, they are adorable, are they not, Irvin?
They are very interesting. So what is the plan, Sylvie? Your friend's very
He is.
looks they're very focused.
Yeah,
Alexander, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
I do believe that he intends to see them freed, and I think that is an admirable goal. Although
10.
he's changed much since last I saw him.
What do you think about all this?
I think these ettercaps is what they're called. They are to keep creatures such as these in captivity. It does not seem right. I think we must free them.
All right.
Yeah.
I kind of tap Mill's shoulder, and I'm like, Mister, if there's anything that we can do to help.
Does everything you touch die from decay?
Oh, no.
Then stay out of my way.
I look very concerned.
Don't light anything on fire. You're gonna make us known.
I won't.
You see, Mill, the creature that is this mushroom folk that's looking towards you. You see it takes one of its little hands and just kind of makes a gesture like it's asking you to come closer.
I will approach the fence.
You approach. Do you bring the fog cloud with you, or do you leave the fog cloud with your allies back a little bit?
I feel like I blend in well enough with the surrounding that I should be fine leaving the fog
Sure,
cloud.
Yeah, you walk forward right up to the fence, and this Medarkid, as you look at it, it's got the look of a mushroom that has started to shrivel a bit, that is losing its moisture. But it doesn't seem too perturbed by your appearance, and you see it actually sticks one of its hands through the fence and just kind of gestures it palm out towards you.
Mill kind of holds the gloved hands. If I touch you, you'll die.
See, it cocks its head to the side, not seeming to understand what you say. Do you say that in Druidic?
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like cocks its head to the side, like it doesn't really understand what you're saying, and it just continues to gesture with its hand, with its palm outstretched.
Well, it's your funeral. And I will place a gloved hand into the myconids, or mushroom folk hand.
you touch the hand, and immediately you watch, like, even before your hand fully touches it, you see little mycelium strands start to extend up from the Medarkid's hand and go towards the glove, and the glove actually starts to rot away. It decays away in your hand until your hand is touching it, and like the mycelium actually pulls your hand down into it, and immediately your mind is filled with a beautiful sensation of music and intonations, this kind of soft boom, boom. And you see colors and fractals and all of these things, and you shake your head and kind of like get your bearings again, only to see that you are no longer touching its hand, and it's just looking at you again. It's brought its hand back within the fence, and you just hear softly in your mind, "This should be a better way of communicating." It is purely telepathic speech. You can understand.
I can.
Good.
Why are they holding you here?
See, it kind of turns slowly and looks around the village. I do not know. We have work to do. We cannot do it.
We will get you out.
Thank you.
Can you try and make a bit of a ruckus so that we can get rid of the rest of the gate?
See, he kind of cocks his head to the side again, just like, We are simple, but I think I can make some noise.
After I walk away. Okay?
Very well.
Right. I will, kind of like bow my head and, turn on the heel. And, wherever Mill walks in the dirt, because, he is barefoot, little teeny tiny mushrooms grow. Like all of the grass decays around his foot and then little mushrooms grow.
Little chestnut mushrooms. You turn, you begin to walk back towards your allies. You just say, "Oh, welcome. Welcome to our home." And you kind of turn your head back and you see this, Medarkid has turned away from the fence, and it walks about 5 or 10 paces into the space, picks up the stick in its hand, and it just smacks the ground as hard as it can with the stick. And some familiar magic begins to happen as you see a massive puffball mushroom begin to grow in the ground and pop, sending chunks of earth in all directions, making quite a bit of noise.
I am going to rush back to the cloud that I have created, and I will rejoin with the rest of the group. We need to move quickly, and start assuring them the opposite direction from wherever the,
Are you okay?
the next. I can talk to
Mill,
the
are
mushrooms.
you okay? You heard her pump. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I can talk to the mushrooms. It was planned.
What?
I will start to quickly move the rest of the group around the opposite direction of the village to start damaging the outside of the fence.
We'll have to talk about this after, Mill.
Why do I need to talk anything about with you?
What is... You can... Since when can you talk to mushrooms?
We have a likeness.
I will follow.
Let's see here. You guys begin to head. So, you're at a perimeter fence. You have basically two choices. You can go in the same direction that the previous patrol went, assuming that they're all going in the same direction, or you can go in the opposite direction that the patrol went.
Does the opposite direction... Where does that lead? Sorry.
So
Precisely.
either way, you're gonna remain at the boundary of the village. I will say that the so the direction that the patrol went was in a counterclockwise
Okay.
direction, and that goes over towards probably where you think that lower tunnel would have brought you all into this space. Towards that section. The clockwise direction around the city, or around the village here, it actually seems to it doesn't rise so much, but it looks like there's a few more crags and stalagmites and stalactites in that direction. That seems more like the back end of the cavern, like you're heading towards the spot in the cavern that wasn't conducive to building in as much, and so you're heading to that border of the city, or of the village, I should say.
Can you spell how the Madark?
Yeah, they are Madarchid,
Madark.
which is just a fun reimagining of the name Myconid, but with the
Well, yeah,
Welsh
it's in
word
the
for
word.
mushroom.
We'll go the opposite direction from the direction that the others
Okay.
went.
For sure. Start heading up in that direction. And, interestingly enough, you find yourselves in a much... Because there's more crags and there's more, stalagmites, stalactites around, it's actually a place where perhaps you guys might be able to stealth a little bit easier without having to port this cloud around with you
Okay.
down here. If that's something that you want to do, but
I can drop the
you
cloud.
you start to head in that direction. Alexander rolled a 10 on his perception check. Did you use... I will allow you to use Retch for advantage on perception check.
I hadn't.
How's Rich doing after last sesh?
You got a
Well,
rest.
her life force is bizarrely tied to magical energy, so I imagine she's doing pretty okay.
That's good.
As for this perception check, it is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. As you all
Suck it up, buddy.
head around the village, Alexander, you hold up a hand, sensing something ahead of you, and everybody kind of gets back into these shadowy spaces as another patrol. This is one Ettercap and 2 giant wolf spiders that are walking around the perimeter now. Everybody go ahead and make another stealth check for me as you back up into the space here.
Stealth?
Good boy.
That's a 10
I love
plus
you guys.
7 plus 3 plus 1. 11. Yay.
God,
11. Yes.
I have an idea.
Okay.
The
I am a
bleeding.
Fearbolg.
Uh huh.
One of Fearbolg's natural abilities is a disguise self.
Mm-hmm.
Could I make myself look like as close as possible to an Ettercap?
Problem with that, I don't think it would be. You could get some of what you want to do. The problem is that you're. Hold on. Let me see what I'm saying here. First things first, before we get into that, what is everybody's stealth? I'm going to ask for them in a row, so hold on 2 seconds.
Okay.
Alexander, what did you get?
21.
21. Mill,
1.
total of 1.
2.
Got it. Silvery,
A 3.
3. Ervin,
11.
11.
At least we have one good old reliable.
This is a
Okay.
match.
Onshu did not roll well either. Okay. So,
Let's go.
a natural 1 on an attempt to stealth in a group stealth check counts as 2 failures. Mill, unfortunately, as you all duck away to attempt to, you think about this, you think about possibly changing your, or, you know, forming a disguise to try and look like one of these Ettercaps. The only problem really with that idea is that they are bipedal, but they're not really a humanoid shape. So a lot of it would get lost in the illusion. But that's okay, because as you kind of step forward to try and produce this magic, you see, quick as a flash, 2 wolf spiders turn in your direction and start scurrying directly towards you. Everybody roll initiative.
The time for democracy has passed.
Democracy has failed.
Oh
To
my
arms,
god,
to-
I rolled
to
a
arms.
5. Wait, what's my initiative bonus?
No, what's that initiative, my friend?
18.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
With a +1.
Yep.
Silvery,
An 11.
11. Alexander,
7.
oof, buddy, with a +4.
Rolled a 3.
Ervin,
6.
6.
Yeah, we're so good at this dexterity, guys.
You guys are doing so well. I'm so proud of you.
It's
Don't
okay.
patronize us, God.
Hey, we did the first bit totally sneakily, so this is better.
Arguably the most important part. Right?
Perhaps aptly, my giant wolf spiders have rolled a nat 20 on their.
Boo!
These are good guard spiders.
Good spider
I
dogs.
was about to say guard dogs.
All right.
Good guard
Let
spider
me
dogs.
Get my.
Okay, we'll let them get the first hit. Right? They're far away, right? They have to come here and dash.
Exactly.
Oh,
Let's see. This is what I used last time.
trying to review all my abilities. It seems I feel like I need my glasses. It's shit.
Sure, this seems fun.
Do spiders like have an equivalent of a growl or a bark that they make, or like a hiss that a snake
I
would do?
think they chitter, actually.
Chitter, yeah, surely.
They clack their
Uh,
mandibles.
These two giant wolf spiders are going to rush forwards, having caught sight of Mill, unfortunately, with a nat 1. And are going to rush in and make some attacks. Actually, they're going to make specifically 1 attack each.
For them.
That's a dirt 20 to hit.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
going to be 4 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Mill.
Tarnish 20.
Turns 20. You take 3 points of poison damage.
Shit.
And then the other one is going to rush in and do a similar thing, is going to miss spectacularly with a roll of a 4. And that is going to be the end of the wolf spider's turn. You see the Ettercap, like, seems really caught off guard as it's, like looks and it clicks its mandibles, like a farmer trying to heal his dogs, like as they just rush off into
Whoa.
the shadows, but then sees that they are attacking something. And I will say this for those of you with a somewhat decent passive perception, you see the wolf spiders attack Mill. You see the Ettercap recognize what's happening, and you see the Ettercap reaching for something in this little satchel that they have on their side. That is, however, going to bring us to Mill's go.
So I see the Ettercap go to grab something.
Yes, the Ettercap is about, let me see, what are the speed on these wolf spiders? He is about 30 feet away.
Well, good thing that this is 90 feet. I'm going to, stamp my staff down, and from it, the ground is going to, like, crumble and shake, and, mycelium is gonna shoot out and latch around his hand. He has to make a strength save.
Okay. That is. Oh, certainly not. That is an 8.
Perfect. He is, entangled to the wall.
He's entangled. Got it.
Yep.
That's gonna mean that
And he is restrained.
he's
We
restrained.
love entangled.
You love entangled.
I was also gonna do that. Great minds think alike.
Well, it's like we're from the same
The sa-
backstory.
yeah.
Wow.
Just sanctuary things, you know.
Just sanctuary people things.
Okay. Yeah. So it is restrained.
Yeah.
It can still move its arms and stuff, but attacks against it will have advantage. Its attacks will be at disadvantage, and it has no movement speed right now.
This is on the wolf spider or the
This is on the
The
Ettercap.
the Ettercap.
noise?
And I'm going to use my hidden step
Mhm.
to disappear.
You disappear.
Goodbye.
Oh, and the storm is really starting, so just fair warning.
Yeah, that was big thunder. Yeah, you disappear. Mill, are you going to move after you disappear?
Yes, I'm going to get behind the wolf spiders.
Got it. You are easily able to do that because you can't take attack of opportunities against things that you can't see.
Giga Brain
Actually, wait. Let me
Sanctuary.
make sure this doesn't have
Teaching.
something stupid. Ah. Do you just try to get right behind them?
No,
Or do you
I'm
try
gonna
to-
get up to the Ettercap.
You're gonna get up to the Ettercap.
Yeah.
They do both have blind sight as spiders, so they are each going to make an attack of opportunity against you.
No.
One's a nat 20.
No!
No.
This other one's a
no.
nat 20.
Kyle!
Yo, those
Ah.
dice are great.
Well,
Bye.
Those dice
Are you
great.
using Drew's dice to DM?
I'm
Kyle.
not. I have 2 sets of green dice that I use for IARA games, and they've never rolled 2 nat 20s in a row before.
Damn, I guess we.
Well,
Mills
it's time to
can
start
fighting
building a new
spiders.
character.
Mel, you're going to take.
Oh my god, you're fine.
Oh boy, this is.
A lot of damage. Yeah.
It is going to be a lot of damage. You're going to take 16 points of piercing damage,
Jesus.
and I need you to make 2 Constitution saving throws.
I'm going down.
Not if I can help it.
That is a 4 and a 14.
A 4 and a 14.
Yeah.
No.
You are going to take 6 points of poison damage.
What are you at, dog? Fuck!
What level are we at again?
We're level
3?
3!
Level 3? Yeah. Oh shit.
Uh,
Mill has a lot of hit points. Mill has a lot of hit points for this level.
I'm in danger.
I truly could not have expected to roll 2 nat 20s in a row on fucking opportunity attacks.
Yeah,
That's-
word. That's fucking.
wild.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't expect you to do that.
It's fucked up.
Alright. But Mill, you are able to get past them. They do take their bite attacks at you. If you would still like to get up to the Ettercap, you can.
Get out of there.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
Ettercap
over there.
also has points.
I will turn to the spiders though. Since I've now taken damage, it does release my invisibility.
Yes, it does.
I will turn to the spiders and I will use my beast speak. And just I am not your enemy.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Actually, I have advantage on all charisma saves when I use this ability.
It's not a save.
Or it's advantage on all charisma checks to influence them.
Okay. Then it's a flat roll because you are actively fighting them.
I didn't do any damage against them though.
They attacked you though.
They attacked me, but not the other way around.
That's still combat. You're still fighting.
Just roll.
That is still a 15.
15. Good to know. We'll see what happens on their next turn. That is going to bring us to Anshu's go.
Mill's like, stop it.
Anshu
Bad spider.
is gonna do what
Stop it, get some
Anshu
help.
does.
Oh no.
Anshu is going
Anshu is your enemy.
Wild magic.
run up at these 2 wolf spiders, run right up to one of them and just go into a rage and take a swing with the greatsword.
Like everyone said, the time for diplomacy has passed.
Yeah. At the moment, at least.
Anshu doesn't believe in diplomacy.
Who would like to volunteer to roll a D100 for me?
I'll do it.
Thank you.
Jacob had that hand up.
Dude, Anshu and Alexander are tight.
Potted plan. Potted
Dude,
plan.
let's find out what we get.
Anchu's axe is named diplomacy.
Flat 60.
Yeah, word.
Flat 60.
60.
Roll again.
Roll again. Okay.
It's truly something that has no effect on Anshu.
93.
So 93. Love that. Hilarious.
Love to hear that.
Anshu runs up, goes into a rage, and you watch this little gnome grow to the size of a thick dwarf. and become, instead of a small creature, become a medium creature.
Let's
As
Quite the glow up.
Anshu, is effectively under the effect of the enlarge spell.
Let's
Dude,
go.
it's so easy.
And he is going to take a swing with his big old sword.
Has Anshu been working out? I never noticed.
We don't even know his name.
Yeah, word.
I do.
They grow bigger.
That's gonna hit. So that's going to be, what is it? It's an extra D4 for enlarged, yeah.
Yeah, it's an
I
extra.
never
D4
noticed how
enlarged.
strong that one was. How muscular.
Fine.
Silvery is tired of fucking trees, apparently.
Yeah, word.
That is going to be, let's see, some damage. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Exactly enough exactly enough damage to just fucking decimate one of these wolf spiders. Just fully cuts off like three of its legs with one swipe, and then stabs the great sword through the carapace, and you just hear this clicking sound as it falls and just stops reacting. One of the wolf spiders is fully dead. That's going to bring. That's fucking hilarious. Giving just the regular wild magic surge table to a barbarian is hilarious.
I agree.
It's all on concentration. It works with rage.
And then at the end of Anshu's go, Silvery, that's your go.
Where is Mel exactly?
Mill is Mill. Did you get all the way up to the Ettercap, or did you? Okay, you ran all the way up to the Ettercap. So Mill is about 30-ish feet away, up by the Ettercap, up by the fence.
I am sprinting there.
Got it.
How far is that? Sorry.
30 feet.
I will run the full 30 feet of movement.
Yeah.
Mel, are you okay?
There's just this thick black, viscous goo sliding out of his mouth, and he just looks. Do I fucking look like I'm okay?
You look like death.
Wow. Specific.
Racist.
I do not have. I don't have any heals for you. I'm so sorry. But by being beside you, I can recklessly defend.
Yeah.
So creatures that attempt to attack Mill will have disadvantage.
Copy that.
Now, my second question. I guess my first question. I didn't have a first question. My first question. The Ettercap is restrained currently, yes?
It is restrained. Its speed is 0, and any attacks against it currently have advantage.
And you were very clear in stating that its hands are still free.
Yes.
If it were to become restrained again, could we say that the second restrain doesn't do anything for, all of the normal effects, but does focus on its hands? I don't want this thing to get use of its hands.
You would like to... Does that burn a spell slot for you, or just a spell ability?
So I can either do a grapple, or I'll just fucking cast Entangle.
Okay, if you would like to cast Entangle, it cannot. It is restrained. It has no movement.
Yep.
So it will. It's not paralyzed, so it still gets a chance at a save against it, but it will be at disadvantage on the save.
Cool.
And if it fails, I will consider it to, instead of being restrained, being effectively paralyzed.
Yeah. Cool. I think I'll do that. Just quick question for the group, though. Can we kill this thing right now, or should I do this? Should I just attack, or is this?
I mean, Anshu just fucking annihilated one of the spiders. There's no coming back from that.
Yeah.
I will say this, just because Blake wasn't here in the previous session.
Yeah.
It took 4 rounds for the entire party to kill one of these
Okay,
Ettercaps,
yeah.
but that was just because everybody rolled ass.
Okay. Well,
I believe I did reveal in the previous session that these things only have an AC of 13.
I don't want it to raise the alarm. I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, I will burn my innate magic and cast Entangle. So I
Copy
need a
that.
strength save. It is. Yeah, strength
Yep.
saving throw.
I'll do a strength saving throw at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because it's already been restrained. If it fails this, it will be paralyzed.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6. I'm sure isn't gonna.
That
do it.
fails.
Yeah. So this creature is now effectively paralyzed, and you watch, Silvery, as you cast this spell. It had been going to reach for something in its pouch, and it got the first entangle on it. And seeing Mill and then you starting to rush up, it took its little clawed hand and began to reach towards a strand of taut webbing on the fence to grab it. And you cast Entangle, and it fails again, and it locks it in place so
Yeah.
where it can't quite reach that.
Excellent.
Anything else for your turn, Silvery?
That's my action. I'm recklessly defending. I will place myself with those 30 feet. Actually, could I place myself between like Mill and one of the spider things, like on that side?
Oh yeah, yeah. You could definitely
Perfect,
with how
yes.
with how you ran up. That's probably
I will
where
do
you're
that
at anyway.
again, and yeah, that's all. No bonus
Got
actions.
it.
Oh,
Got
and
it.
also, so my spiked interdiction is now taking effect. So the area around me in 5 feet is difficult terrain for creatures of my choice, and if they move, they take a D4 piercing. So obviously not my allies.
Got it. Wild. Okay. I need to enter somebody else. I need to remember put Pfeiffer on into the initiative order. Poor old one-armed Pfeiffer on when they call in.
Yeah. What arm? Are you helping us or not? Nil's dying.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and just let him be in the next. He's got one arm. He's not doing too good right now. He'll be in the next round. Alexander, that's your go, bud.
It's my go. Oh yeah, if they show up, give them like a. Okay. It's my go.
Yeah.
I am going to be a very rangery lad, and I'm going to run out of the fog. And as I do, I'm going to jump off of the spider's abdomen as I leap over it.
The dead one or the alive one?
The alive one, because why not? It can't make an opportunity attack anyway.
You're correct.
And I am going to run up to this paralyzed Ettercap. And I'm gonna try to stab it. I'm gonna try to stab it up in its business.
Go for it.
I have advantage on the strike, right?
Yes. If you because it is paralyzed, if you hit, it's an auto crit.
Ooh,
Fuck
good to
yeah.
know. I would presume that a 22 hits.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So we crit. We do be critting.
Ugh.
12 points of damage.
12 points of damage.
And that's factoring the crit in. I rolled
Got
2
it.
dice.
Any elemental damage from Wretch on that, or
No, Wretch is not currently active. Wretch is
Got
taking
it.
a little bit more of a passive role. Wretch is like curled up, not curled up, but like up on my right side, kind of
Yeah.
like latched into the side of my armor and just keeping close for them.
just
Cute.
creaturing?
Just creaturing, keeping herself
Got it.
safe.
That's the end of your turn, Alexander.
I don't think so. I don't really have much in the way of bonus action. Because now I suppose I could ask if you would allow me to use a bonus action for 2-weapon fighting, but I don't have a second weapon in hands.
You don't have another arm to
Yeah,
do
exactly.
2-weapon fighting.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah. I would make the argument if you want. Do you carry 2 short swords with you?
I do, yeah.
You do. I would say that because of how you've flavored it, when you have Wretch out and you get that kind of glowing arm thing going on, I would allow you in that state to use 2-weapon fighting.
That makes sense.
But that
I'll
would
keep that in
use
mind.
it would just use your bonus action on your turns. So
Gotcha. I'll keep that in mind for the future. I guess in the meantime, we'll say for this instance, the flavor is that I tell Wretch to stay safe, so she scurries up alongside me and then clambers up my armor.
got it. Oh
Um,
man, is that hot fresh Zaw?
it is hot, fresh saw,
Fucking sexy.
and that will be my turn.
Prick ass.
Oh yeah, brother.
Evan, it's your go.
Sorry.
There is an untouched giant wolf spider about 10-ish feet from you, and a paralyzed Ettercap and most of your allies about 30 feet from you up by the fence.
Yep. So, how far are the islands? Am I islands? The 30 feet.
30 feet to the Ettercap, 10 feet to the wolf spider.
Okay. So the wolf spider is within 30 feet of the other cap.
Yes.
Oh, another. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I will say though that between the wolf spider and the Ettercap are like 3 of your allies.
Oh no, I wasn't gonna fireball or anything. I'm not even
Yeah.
at that level. All right. I will surging power. You see, kind of, Airwind kind of almost get angrier for a second. You see a buildup of power. That her eyes kind of glow for a second. And the tips of her hands, you see just electricity just come out, and I will attack the wolf spider.
Yeah.
Let's roll nicely. Oh my god, that's a natural one. Oh well.
Woof.
Yeah. It's a nice nat one. Do I see the thing that he was trying to reach?
You just see a satchel on its side. Now it's been restrained, so you kind of can get a good look even from here. There's like a satchel made of webbing at its side, but you can't see anything specific that's in it.
Okay. Can I try? I have telekinetic hands within 30 feet of me. Can I try to take this power to manipulate an object, open and unlock, store, retrieve an item from a container for conference out of battle? You can attack, activate magical items, or carry more than 10 pounds. And this is just I use it as my hand basically.
It's essentially a mage hand, yeah.
Yeah, like it's using my item interaction.
Okay. Yeah, I would say that could be an object interaction. It is paralyzed. Go ahead and you can make a what your spellcasting it uses intelligence, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you go ahead and make me just an intelligence check with advantage?
Or
Try to hit above a 15.
Oh, first one was a 16.
Perfect.
Plus
Not
20.
super hard at all. What is is it visible or is it an invisible hand?
Okay, this says here It just says when you gain this feature, you can manipulate small objects within 30 feet with your with your mind, as if using your hand to interact with it.
Yeah.
So,
So
mind,
I would say
guess?
I would
don't
say
know.
it's very much like the telekinetic feat, which allows you to have an invisible mage hand. So those of you that are up close to the Ettercap, just watch as this little satchel made of webbing like is pulled taut, and then the webbing snaps, and the little satchel just starts to float over towards Ervin.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, that's my turn. I try not to stray too far from the group. Like
Got it.
maybe stay within 20 feet of them.
At the end of Ervin's go, it is the Ettercap's go. Now, the Ettercap is effectively under two separate entangle spells. Whoever has the entangle spell up, can you see for me? I know he gets an opportunity to break free, but does it specify if that happens at the end of his turn that he gets
Use
a chance to break free?
Before, real quickly though, so you're saying this creature is paralyzed?
It is paralyzed, yes.
It automatically fails strength and dex saves.
It does, but this is a weird, quirky effect of two separate spells on top of each other.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Statistically,
You
it's
need to check it
probably
out.
not going to succeed on both of these.
He has to use his action to try and
He has
break
to
it.
use. That is the important bit.
Yeah.
He must use his action, which means he can only attempt to break from one of the entangles on his turn.
Gotcha.
So he is going to roll a strength save. I will make him do it at disadvantage because he is royally fucked in this moment.
Gotcha.
One of those is cocked, but it doesn't matter because the other one's a natural 2, which can bring him to a 4 total.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the Ettercap's turn. It is it's fucked.
Amazing.
That's gonna bring us back to the top of the initiative, which is going to be the other giant wolf spiders go.
I don't have any space.
Having just been missed on an attack by Erben, it's going to scuttle up to you, Erben, and make an attack. That's,
So yeah, I thought it was like
let's see, does a 10 hit?
No.
Yeah. It goes up to you and attempts to bite into you, and I think Ervin, you just kind of throw up an arm, and the mandibles like go on either side of the arm, and the little fangs don't manage to pierce into your skin.
Yeah,
That's
my
going-
psionic defense is up.
That's going to bring us then to Pfeifferon.
I like this party.
my fucking Discord just died again. There we go.
What is it, baby?
I believe. Oh yeah, he's gonna hit. And I don't know if it's possible for Pfeifferon to not do enough damage to kill this thing. 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh.
We
Spiders are not
love our
as
one-handed strong man.
Yeah, he runs up and just gets on the other side of it, Ervin, and right in front of you, he swings them all up above his head and just brings it right down in the center of the wolf spider. It makes a loud thud, but this creature is fully just splatted. It just, like Gallagher's it, you get bits of spider goo on you. It's not pleasant.
I would
That
like
is
to just
going-
say that if Mill dies, I will be making the Salamancer.
Thank
The
you,
salamander.
Mister.
Let's fucking go.
What the fuck is a salamander?
We simply don't have time.
Salamander.
At the end of Pfeifferon's go, Mill, it is your go.
Poggers.
There is
Okay.
one combatant left, and he is fully paralyzed.
I am going to then use my symbiotic entity and give myself 12 temp hit points.
Okay.
And use my yes, activate my symbiotic entity, which is a reaction. Is that what we decided,
Bonus
or was it was a bonus action? Okay, cool. Then I can still use my reaction. And then I'm going to also use my Halo of Spores to take a physical attack against this thing with my shroom staff.
That's just going to be your action. Your Halo of Spores, you can also do, but you can. Let me reread Halo of Spores.
Halo
But
of Spores is a reaction.
Halo of Spores is a reaction, but it doesn't require you to smack anything. It's literally just the ambient spores in
Yeah.
the air.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I was just saying that I was. Yeah. I was just saying that I was activating it.
Your reaction to hit it with your staff, but you don't have to. Just,
No,
either way, smack it. Roll to hit.
Okay.
You have full
I'm
advantage.
I'm gonna use one of my charges simultaneously to do 2d10 necrotic damage on top of it.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
Yarya.
Boop a doop a doop a doop. That is a natural 20. So that's double the dice.
It was an auto crit anyways, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an auto crit.
Yeah.
If you
Oh.
did. Like,
Lies.
you truly didn't need to roll a nat 20.
You
Oh.
crit harder?
But that was juicy.
Then the staff does a d6, I think. It does a d8. Oh, no. Okay. D8. D8, D4. And then does another d6. Okay, cool.
That's a fuck ton of dice.
That's a 8. 15, 16, 17, 20, 22, 23, 25, 26, 27, 30, 32 times 2, 64
I mean,
damage.
Truly fully paralyzed, you just smack it with the stick, and necrotic energy flows from you. How does this creature meet its end?
Mill stands up, and the goo that was leaking out of his mouth has started to go up into his eyes, and his eyes have gone full black, and he spins his staff in his hand before just fucking clocking him across the jaw, and
Yeah.
holds it there as his head smacks back against the fence. And the necrotic energy just spills out of the staff and out of it from his hand, almost like venom moves.
Yeah.
And it just absorbs this creature.
Yeah, and it attempts to shriek in pain, but it's just too late. Nothing really. It chokes out a couple of simple, sounds, but it is fully destroyed by this attack.
Do we think that Silvery has ever seen Mill fight when we were back in the sanctuary?
Probably not. No, I don't think there would have ever
Yeah.
been any reason to fight.
Yeah.
And when Mill left the Elderheart Grove, they were still pretty young.
Yeah.
They still are pretty young, but
Yeah. I think especially having a front row seat to seeing this,
Yeah.
Silvery is impacted.
Yeah, this is definitely very much not the magic that you are used to, Silvery,
Yeah.
or a member of these people,
Yeah,
and
and I
what
think
you would be expecting.
yeah, that magic, but also even just like seeing, someone from the Grove, who was not like a warden having to fight is
Yeah.
troubling to see as well. Like that's we're there to do that so they don't have to, and yet
Mm-hmm.
here's my friend after so many years out in the wilds. They've clearly done this before.
For sure. Yeah, and as the necrotizing energy like finishes this thing off, you see Pfeifferon lifts his hammer at the one that's smushed there and looks at Ervin and just says, "Sorry, you got a little." He just like motions at your cheek, Ervin, and you got a little something, right? It's
Oh, don't worry about it. Thank you, Mr. Pfeiffer.
Yeah, sure. And he's gonna take a couple of big lumbering steps over, and he just takes his own hand and just kind of pats Mill on the back. Mill, you're gonna get 15 HP as he does a little lay on hands. Gets his
This
teeth
man, you
back.
too?
That's a
Oh,
great
damn.
back pat.
That is a great back pat.
His big hand is just so warm and gentle.
Mill also places one of the hand that has lost its glove, and you guys all see this long-fingered, deep black, almost dagger-like fingers pressed up against Mill's chest, and that same black goo slides and like spreads and then disappears under his chest. And I will do a cure wounds.
Understood.
Valid.
Uh,
Just got fucked up.
this little skirmish has come to an end. You fought 2 giant wolf spiders, 1 ettercap. You know there are others around, though. But real quick, looking, you see Silvery and Mill. The strand of webbing that the ettercap was reaching to is very tight. It's very very taut on the fence. And then, Ervin, you have a little pouch at your side. It's not difficult to snoop inside, where you see basically what is it's like a bolo or like a bolus. Like it has it's a piece of rope with or webbing with 2 rocks on either end of it, and it looks it's in that vein, but it looks almost like it's something that's used for making noise, like for clacking the rocks together. Like if you it's like an alert. They don't have a good mouth for blowing on a horn, so they have something else.
Can I infer that?
I think
or
yeah.
do you want me
absolutely.
to make a check?
No, I think you can definitely infer it. You've got a high enough intelligence that you like look at this thing and you're like, oh, this is the warning bugle. This is what these patrollers are carrying with them, to alert others. They're the others if they need to.
Yeah, I'll look at the others now. Look, I found one. It seems that all the guards will have this, and probably best if you don't let them have.
Is a good thing then that I look at Mill as I say this, that the roots of the Elder Heart found that one first, then.
Everyone's all right.
Well, Pfeifferon like nods and then looks over at Mill and says, "Well, mostly all right. Those spiders kind of fucked you up a little bit there for a minute."
Kyle.
Yeah.
Something that you and I have made very clear with Mill is Mill's touch is necrotic.
Sure.
So can it almost be suggested that whenever he touches the fencing, it's his hands that like slowly eat away at the fence line?
Yeah, I mean it would start to happen. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Mill, as you kind of ignoring Fiveron's question as you turn over towards the fence to kind of place your hand on it. On the other side of the fence, you see about 3 or 4 between 1 to 2 foot tall little tiny shroomlings that are just all on the other side of the fence, just kind of looking at all of you.
I will get down because I am a large man. I am quite tall.
You and Erevan are pretty giant.
I will kneel down to like full squat, Slav squat style, and offer a little hand out to the little mushies.
Make persuasion check at advantage.
Nug time.
Not super high.
14.
Cute. One of the little mushrooms, and it's very much like that classic red cap with the white spots, and the and just kind of toddles over. And what's really funny is that like the legs on this one don't seem like they've fully grown out or formed yet, so it really does like toddle its little way over, but it goes over and it just reaches out a hand and just touches one of your fingers. That same moment of music and color and fractals and sound and everything, and then you just hear it's like, you are new. Hello, 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 hello. And all of the little ones near seem to have made this mental connection now with you.
We're gonna get you guys out, okay? But you need to stay away from the fence line, alright?
See, they kind of look at each other. Say, okay, do you want to come in?
We will come in when we're done, okay?
Okay.
Go and play.
You see the little one with the red cap with the white spots kind of turns and looks at the other, and the last little thought that you hear is, let's go talk to, it's like, let's go tell the Sovereign. And the 4 of them just kind of run back into the village.
I will stand back to his full height. And come on, let's continue before anyone else finds these guys.
Alexander.
Speaking of anyone finding these guys, there's only really one corpse left. Like, one of the spiders got turned into a painting, and the Ettercap got
Mostly necrotized.
yeah, pretty much liquefied, right?
Yeah.
So I can't really do much about that. Yeah, there's goop. So I'm gonna, I guess while that was occurring, Alexander, like, picked up the corpse of the wolf spider
Yeah.
and, like, found an alleyway or, like, a barrel or some equivalent thereof and just chucked it there.
Got it. Yeah. Make a survival check
Sort of thing.
to hide a body.
Hide a body. Hey, that's actually pretty great. 19.
19. Yeah, for sure. Noted. You are all now kind of on this upper back portion of this village, and I think at this point you are just past halfway back around to where the entrance of this village should be. because of just based on how you came down here. So you're not exactly 180 degrees. You're more like 150 degrees away from the entrance at this point. If that makes sense. Pfeifferon is, kind of breathing heavy, but he looks like he's doing okay. And yeah, what would you guys like to do?
I have successfully planted my bugs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How long do I assume that this is going to take down the fence?
Make a wisdom check or a nature check for me.
15?
15. With termites working away, as well as your own natural necroticness,
Necrosis?
You could probably, if you spent the time, you could probably get through a section of this fence in about 5-10 minutes, as long as nothing else came and interrupted you.
But not focusing it. How long do I think that it'll take?
Oh, just the ones that you've left to do whatever? Probably quite a bit longer. More like you're looking at 30 minutes to an hour.
Okay. Well, we've got an hour to deal with the rest of the other caps and the wolf spiders. The fence will come down on its own. Do we want to take a second until Blake comes back?
Yeah, that's fine if we want to take a quick little break.
Okay.
Where did he go?
He went to go get nuggies.
Ah, his nuggets.
Quick break.
I'm sorry that. I'm sorry. May we talk later?
Well, you haven't killed me, and you haven't planned to take my hide back to the Elder Heart, so I see no reason not to allow you to speak in some manner.
That is all I ask. And I'll fade back.
At this point, all of you hear a sound, and you hear the sound of like earth tearing from down in the village. And I think looking down into it, you see there is this these three large, very large, like we're talking 12-15 foot tall Medarkids that were in the center of the village. You watch as one of them just fully stands up, adding another like 10 feet to its height as it stands up, turns around, and puts its back to the other two large ones here, and then just sits back down into the ground.
Interesting.
Right. Let's go handle the rest of this problem before it gets worse. Is there like a central spot where all of them meet up and like did like a specific like outlook post?
The Medarkids or the Ettercaps?
The Ettercaps.
It doesn't look like it. As a matter of fact, Mill, go ahead and just make an insight check.
Oh, I have like crazy weird insight, right? Natural 20.
That's 20. With how this fence is set up, it definitely looks like they took some care. You can see these like taut strands of webbing at certain positions along the fence, but this looks almost recently done.
Mm-hmm.
And with how the Medarkids are acting, they seem like this is something they are like not used to at
Okay.
all. This seems like something that happened very recently.
Okay.
So I don't. The Ettercaps really don't look like they've had time to set up anything. They're just keeping watch on the area that they've claimed as their own.
All right. Can I start to move down the fence line and find the next group of Ettercats and wolf spiders, please?
Yeah, you can. Roll. Oh, what have I done? I've fucked it. God
I
damn
took
it.
her to my penthouse and I freaked it.
Damage, that's good. The next group, make a stealth check for me as you go up along the fence.
No problem. Check this shit out. Did you know I'm rolling with disadvantage?
Can I ask why?
'Cause I'm technically wearing scale. Although, I guess, Kyle, my armor is tree.
Your armor is technically medium armor.
Scale mail, I think, is what gives it
yeah.
disadvantage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we keep that?
We will be, just because for the purposes of it.
No worries.
It's like it is still scale mail, but it's like scales made of bark.
It's yeah, it's still
so
clacking around.
It still makes noise. Yeah.
Gotcha. No worries.
It sounds like one of those solid wood wind chimes.
Yeah.
Clunk, clunk, clunk,
My dad
clunk,
has one of
clunk,
those.
clunk.
It's so fucking noisy, but it's
They're
kind of
very
beautiful.
Yeah.
So I honestly I think that's what the sound is coming from Silvery, because I just got a nat 1.
Beautiful.
I got 12.
12.
Nice.
19.
Well,
So
based on the
sorry.
rolls that I just got for dear
Wow.
Viperon
16.
and Anshu, yeah, you guys think you're being real stealthy.
I think we are.
I'm starting to think that Alexander is going to be the only reliably stealthy character in this entire campaign.
Probably. I mean, I got lucky with a 16, but
Yeah.
probably. I have a
I need to
plus
hit
one
rogue
only.
levels.
Yeah. You all start, following the fence line around. Silvery, this time it's you, and with a nat 1, I'm gonna say what happens as you guys are following the fence line. Silvery, without even realizing it, you trip, and you look and you see one of these taut pieces of webbing that's
Oh,
coming
no.
out from the fence. You sproing it, and you just watch this vibration go down the webbing that's on the entire fence line.
Oh dear.
And from about, I would say, 100 or so feet up and around the corner, you hear
I summon my vines.
you got it.
Run.
Yeah.
Can I preemptively, as we're rushing forward, use my ranger feature and cast good old fashioned speak with animals? I can do it once for free.
Oh, nice. I love that.
Go for it.
Doing so, yeah, that's just for 10 minutes. I can speak and communicate with animals.
Okay. You got it.
Just for the
Um,
spiders that are probably coming.
And as you are thinking that, you watch as the first thing that you all see is 2 more giant wolf spiders uh, running quite rapidly towards you all. And behind them, you see 3 ettercaps as well.
Mill, stay behind.
Nope.
Stay beside me.
I am not defenseless.
That was the change.
Back to the battle music. Woo!
Let's go. Love the battle music. Shall we roll initiative again?
We are going to roll initiative again.
I love
Initiative.
initiative.
Oh,
And go ahead
now-
and hold on to those numbers until I ask you for them.
now I'm not concerned with being quiet, so you better watch out, Kyle.
Woo!
Fuck! I got this exact same roll as last time.
Oh, what have I done?
So I'm thinking for my next character, if Mill dies, is going to be a axolotl rogue.
Wild.
Juicy.
I thought you were doing the
next-
Salamander.
Just a little guy.
My
Just a
next
sneaky
character,
little guy.
the next character is going to be a sentient bowl of porridge.
That's fucking crazy.
My next
It's
guy is
actually a
gonna be
lich.
a living yogurt.
Cheese cleric. Cheese cleric.
My next character is
Cheese
going
for
to be
everyone.
the DM.
No, that's actually true, because next week it's you, Blake.
That's what I meant.
Shit. Pfeifferon's no good, very bad day continues.
Rough for Pfeifferon.
Hi, Ferron.
Pfeifferon.
Okay, Mill.
9.
9.
Understandable.
On Silvery.
9, 1, 1, 11.
Oh, same as last time.
Yep.
Alexander.
18.
18.
Oh, it's good this time.
Ervin.
3.
Woof.
What did they expect? We're around that range, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
Kyle, I don't think we're going to get very far into this game.
I think
I-
you guys are
I-
doing just fine.
We're fun.
I'm just warning you.
The 2 giant wolf spiders are at the top of the initiative once again. They are going to run up. One of them is going to head towards. One of them is going to head up towards Alexander. The other is going to go after an easy target and is going to go after Onshu. Quote unquote easy target.
So yeah,
The
small.
roll against Alexander is a nat 1.
Does not hit.
The roll against Onshu,
Thanks,
I think,
Jacob.
is going to hit. That is going to be a 14. 4 does not hit. Onshu just manages to do a barrel roll and get out of the way, or not a barrel roll, a dodge roll. Just kind of hop out of the way. That is the big old spiders go. Alexander.
It's my turn. That's not the voice for this character.
You're being menaced by 1 giant wolf spider.
I think what I'm going to do is with my. Oh, I'm being menaced by a giant wolf spider. As it misses me terribly, I'm just going to say to it, don't you smell the blood of the last ones?
Hmm.
And then I'm gonna stab him.
Yeah. Do a brief stabbing.
Wait, does a 13 hit?
A 13 just hits.
13 just hits? I'll take just hits. Whether it's by an inch or a mile. But I rolled minimum damage, so 7.
7 damage. Still a significant chunk
minimum
of damage to
7?
this creature.
True. Yeah, I am, wielding a weapon in one hand and nothing in the other hand, so I could add some extra damage.
Mm-hmm.
Helps that there isn't another hand.
True. Truly.
And then with my bonus action, I will sneer at it, I guess. I don't know.
Go ahead and make an intimidation check.
For the curl of that lip.
Oh gosh, that's a natural 20.
Hey.
Ha!
I'll be keeping that in mind.
For sure.
That's going to bring us to the 3 Ettercaps, which are going to actually get a turn in this combat.
Oh boy.
Let's see.
This is bullshit.
The 3 Ettercaps, in fact, all 3 of them are going to not get any closer than about 30 feet to you all. Let's see. And each one of them is going to spit out a big globule of webbing. It's going to go towards let's see. It's going to go towards Silvery. It's going to go
weird.
towards Anshu, and it's going to go towards Alexander. So I'm going to roll against Silvery first.
Good fucking luck.
10 to hit.
Nay.
Roll against who did I say?
Onshu
Anshu. Roll
and Alexander, I think.
Yeah, this one's against Alexander. That's a dirt 20 to hit.
Does in fact hit.
As the web smacks you, you don't take any damage. You are automatically restrained. You can use your action to attempt to make a strength check to escape on your turn. However, you do remember you can destroy the webbing as well.
Gotcha.
So you got that. And then another little bit of going against Anshu certainly does not hit Anshu with a roll of a 7. That's the Ettercaps go. They're staying back, kind of letting the wolf spiders do their thing first. That's going to bring us to Anshu, who is, funnily enough, going to rage again. And he is going to run up and take a good hearty swing at the one that has already taken a chunk of damage, courtesy of Alexander. You want to roll that wild magic there for me, bud?
Sure. It's an 80.
Oh, dude.
Magic.
You you watch as Anshu runs up, screaming a gnomish in gnomish, what maybe sounds like a war cry, but what Alexander recognizes as just a stream of gnomish cursing,
it's a war
and just slashes into this thing. He's going to roll to hit.
Is he still medium-sized?
He's not. That effect did come
Gotcha.
to an end after about a minute. But Anshu goes up, and you all watch as he like jumps into the air and swings his greatsword back behind him. This chipped, rusted, not even really all that sharp blade. And as he swings it back behind him and careens it down onto this thing, you watch as beautiful butterflies and little fairies and sprites start to stream from the blade as it swings through the air. Like those, actually, it's not even butterflies, it's those Luna moths with the big green wingspan. And Anshu is going to roll to hit. That is going to hit. And that thing is quite dead. Anshu slashes through the carapace of this giant wolf spider, landing and looking around. And in Goblin, he just kind of says to the room at large, Anshu, do good.
Gnomish, right?
Yeah, Gnomish, yeah.
I
There
should
we
have fucking
go.
taken Gnomish.
Silvery, it's your go.
Marching up to one of the other caps. Vines have manifested, extending from, it looks like, both the armor that I wear as well as just emerging from my skin.
Mm-hmm.
And I will lash at one of these other caps.
You got it. Roll to hit.
Does an 18 hit?
18 does hit.
Excellent. That is 9 points of damage, piercing.
You got it.
So I do that from 10 feet away,
Got it.
and again, 5 feet within my range is difficult terrain. Let me know if anyone comes in that area.
Copy.
And then I will start recklessly defending. So attacks against me have advantage, but attacks against allies within 5 feet have disadvantage.
Got it. Okay. After Silvery's turn, Mill, it's your go.
All right. Just to double check, how far are the other caps again?
The other caps have stayed they're about 30 feet away.
Mill, with still black eyes, the goo draining down like he's crying, looks up at them and says, "You're not far enough away." And I will cast Erupting Earth.
Yeah, you will.
And dig my staff into the ground, and the earth itself starts to crack and break underneath it, and it shoots towards them. They're going to make a dex save.
Dex save as big old puffball mushrooms start to.
No, they're going to fail a dex save.
You are going to fail a dex save.
And because of how they are standing, it will in fact be all of them that's going to need to make this dex save.
Juicy.
Natural 1. 11. And 19.
Damn it! Okay, 2 of them take full damage. The other one takes half.
Okay, I'm gonna roll
So
that
it's-
damage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, 26 points of bludgeoning damage.
26 points of bludgeoning damage. And then the one takes 13. After that spell goes off, 2 of these Ettercaps are very badly hurt. After that. The one that Silvery had initially hit, it looks already like it's hanging on by death's door, and that makes that area difficult terrain. Correct? The erupting earth does. Okay, and it doesn't knock anybody prone or anything. Yeah, per the spell.
Double
I
check.
don't believe it does, but I just want to make sure.
Nope,
Perfect.
does not.
All right, Mill, is that the end of your turn?
That is all I can do. I can only
That
do one
is-
thing. I am just a druid.
Fair enough. Pfeifferon, you all hear Pfeifferon say, "Ah, shit," and he's at the back of the group and is turned around. There are 2 more Ettercaps that are running up from behind all of you, and he takes his hammer and says, "Well, that's the way it goes, I suppose." And he's going to run at those 2 to try and be a buffer for this fight for the time being. He's going to run up to the first one, make an attack at it. Ooh, certainly is going to hit because he is motherfucking Pfeifferon Thalamore. Let's see. Yeah, that's so much damage. 11, 19. All of you see for the first, Alexander almost certainly has seen this before. As Pfeifferon runs forward, and he, being such a yoked dude that he's able to wield a maul in one hand, he's rolling with disadvantage, but still is hitting things. And he raises it above, and this doesn't look like the smite that you saw him do earlier. This looks like a product of the actual hammer that he's wielding, as he swings it up above his head, and it starts to crackle with thunder as it smashes into one of the Ettercaps, and does some damage to it. That's going to be a total of 19 points of damage. And then, does he have a bonus action? I mean, he does, but... Oh! Right. Let's see. Yeah, so after he does that, after he smashes it with the hammer, you see him lower his head and take the ram-like horns on his head and just fully headbutt this creature as well. It has to make a strength save, which it does not succeed, and he cracks this one Ettercap that he just smashed with the hammer in the face with his horns and sends it careening backwards 10 feet. The
Nice.
end of Pfeifferon's turn. It is
Bro.
going to be
Pfeifferon's stealing our XP. We gotta kill him.
the Ettercaps that ran up to engage him. It's their go. One of them stands up, uses half of its movement to do so, runs back up. They're both going to make 2 attacks against Pfeifferon, and they're able to get into advantageous positions. Let's see. So 1 bite attack is gonna. Let's see. He has an AC of 16. That's a miss. That is somehow also still a miss. How is this possible? With advantage on every strike, not a single one of the Ettercap's attacks hit Pfeifferon.
Erwin's a Giga Chad.
And that's going to bring us to Erwin.
How many other caps we facing right now?
So there are 2 that came back from the direction you came that Pfeifferon is dealing with. He's about 20 or so feet back behind you. And then 30 feet in front of you, up next to Silvery, are 3 Ettercaps, 2 of which are very severely hurt. And then somewhere in there, that mix there, closer to you, there is still 1 giant wolf spider.
Do we think there's more reinforcements?
Make an intelligence check.
That's a lot.
How much?
9.
9. Even with a 9, I'll say, just because it was communicated pretty well, the amount that Alexander counted when you all were first looking down in this area, you saw 6 Ettercaps, 4 giant wolf spiders. This encounter looks like the rest of what was seen, at least. So if there are reinforcements, you haven't seen where those reinforcements, or what those reinforcements might be.
Damn, wait, Shatter doesn't make sound, does it? Or is that thunder?
Shatter makes an immense
Shudder
sound.
makes an immense amount of sound.
Yeah.
Okay,
Does do
that's
thunder
a-
damage.
That's a. Yeah, let's just let's. Can I have history check if I heard? I mean, I know the guys have bolas.
Mhm.
No, they do have bolas. Never mind. Okay. Well, yeah. Let's just. I'm just gonna go ahead and use my surging power, and I'm just gonna launch one into the other.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a fling object. I'm gonna grab one of the Ettercaps and launch it to a different Ettercap. They have to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Are you looking at the 2 that Pfeifferon are fighting, or the 3 that are in front of you?
The 3 that's in. Yeah. No, let's do the one that Pfeifferon's fighting.
Got it. So it has to make a strength saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They only get a +2 to this. That is a nat 20 though.
No. Boo.
Hi, cast silvery barbs.
No.
Shut
I
the
don't
fuck up.
think No, there's no half damage and half.
All you
effect,
haters.
unfortunately. So yeah, that's. I mean, that's pretty much. I'm gonna move towards. Is there? I'm gonna move towards Silvery.
You got it. Yep. You can,
And yeah, that's it. Unfortunately, none of my shit is working today.
at the end of Ervin's turn, that's going to bring us back to the top of the initiative. There is 1 giant wolf spider left, and it's watching a lot of chaos happen right now. It doesn't know who to attack, so we get to make a roll for that.
Is this the one that I attempted
one
to
is
intimidate,
dead.
or is that's dead? Did this
That's
one
the one.
hear it at least?
This one definitely did hear it, yeah. And so, yeah, it's definitely not going to attack you. And instead, it's going to scuttle after Ervin and make a bite attack against her. With a roll of a 10, I don't think it hits. You are muted, Gio, if you're saying anything.
Nope, it doesn't hit.
Perfect.
Just bounces off the infinite space between me and
Then in
them.
that case, Alexander, it's your go.
I was gonna take a bite of that cookie.
Do do it.
It's my go. I am going to. Alexander says in Draconic, burn them all, wretch. And his hand manifests as a fiery grasp, and he tears at the. He imbues that energy to his Drake. And with his bonus action, he says to he tells her to assist Pfeiffer on.
Got it. The familiar red drake form of Wretch takes over, and she unlatches from Alexander's armor and lands on the ground, and she goes, and she is going to scuttle over towards Pfeifferon.
Yeah, she is.
I shouldn't use scuttle for Wretch. She
Gallop, maybe?
yeah, that's more correct.
Runs. She do be running.
She do be running. Anything else for Alexander?
Well, I now have a hand that's made of fiery elemental energy. Can I assume it would still be an action to rip at my bindings?
Yes.
That's fair. Then I guess that's my turn because I don't have any movement.
Yeah, oh yeah, and you used your action.
Bonus action to command her and the action to activate her. So
That's right. Okay then. That's gonna bring us to the 3 Eder caps that got erupting earth.
actually bring us to Wretch's turn. 'Cause she's
That is
gonna
right.
go fuck up some shit to help out.
Let's
the
go.
big guy.
There is, of the 2 that Pfeifferon is dealing with, 1 has been damaged, 1 has not been damaged. What would you like Wretch to do?
Wretch will go for whichever one is behind Pfeifferon,
Got it.
reasonably. So, whichever one that is. Does she get flanking with him?
Yes, she does.
Very pog. 14 plus
That
plus
hits.
her bonus. Shit. Oh, good to know. I'll hold on. Her stat sheet's buried somewhere. I gotta find it. There it is. It deals dabblage, I would assume. Okay. Oh my god. She deals 3 piercing damage. That's her turn.
Any extra fire damage?
No, that comes off of reactions currently.
Got it.
So that'll be the next time Pfeifferon does something interesting.
Got it. All right, the 3 Eder caps that got erupting earthed. One of them is looking. The one that Silvery had originally attacked is looking really, really bad. And it is going to. Oh, actually, it has to roll to see if it gets its web attack back. God damn it. Does not. So, it is going to start to back away. Silver, you have an attack range of 10 feet.
That is true.
You do get an attack of opportunity.
And
on
I
this
will be
thing then.
I will be taking that with glee.
With glee.
This is gonna be a close one. Does a 14 hit?
A 14 does hit.
Man, I don't know why.
Another 9 piercing.
Another 9 piercing. The thing had exactly 9 HP left.
Beautiful.
How does Silvery
And
end
Silvery
this creature?
shoots out an arm, and the vine just shoots out, wraps around the neck as they're fleeing, and it's like a clothesline, but pulls and just rips the head off.
The head rips off, and the body, with the momentum of trying to run, just tips backwards and
Yeah.
just begins to spill this dark purple blood.
The roots of
across
the Elder
ground.
Vine are everywhere.
Ooh, love that. There are 2 more Ettercaps here. The first one is going to see if it gets its web attack back. It does not. It is instead going to charge forward at you, Silvery.
Bring it on. Approaches within 5 feet.
It does approach within 5 feet.
So their speed. That's now difficult terrain for them, and
Got
they
it.
take. It's a D4. 1d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet they travel. So they take. Oh, that's not a D4. That was a D6.
You take 8 damage.
They take. Fuck yeah, 4 piercing.
4 points of piercing. You got it. It's going to run up to you and make 1 bite attack and 1 claw
With advantage.
attack. Right.
I've been recklessly defending. Is anyone standing beside me, by the way?
I don't think. Silvery
Perfect.
is.
I am Silvery.
Oh, Ervin. Ervin ran up to you. Yeah.
Perfect,
Sorry.
perfect. No, the correct choice was made then.
That is going to be on the first bite attack. That is an 11 to hit.
Nope.
And the second attack is I am rolling with advantage and rolling absolute garbage.
You love to hear it.
Yeah, that's a 12 to hit.
Karmic scales
No,
for
sir.
rolling the 20s earlier, you know.
This other Ettercap is going to, the one that hasn't been hurt quite as much, is going to see if it gets its web attack back. It does. It is going to send a web towards you, Silvery. Does a 17 hit?
No.
Silvery, you see this blast of webbing coming towards you, and your the wooden armor and the vines inherent in you just fluff out basically and just cut through the webbing before it can wrap around you. That Ettercap is going to take a few steps back. It's not within range of anybody to make an attack against. Anshu, there are still these little moths and glowing pixies and things that are kind of streaming from the sword. He turns around and he's going to make a big swing at the giant wolf spider that went after Silvery. He gets advantage. Hits. That's gonna... Yep. Anshu kills the last of the giant wolf spiders.
Excellent.
Taking that down a notch, and then let's see.
Is he still experiencing that magical girl transformation?
Yeah, there's still moths and stuff floating around him. He seems confused
Amazing.
about it.
Fuck you.
I do wish Malin was here because I feel like Malin would RP Anshu having a much harder time with these butterflies. But we're just gonna move on.
I look at Irvin. He's kind of looking cute, isn't he?
You see, Anshu fully kills this last wolf spider and says in Gnomish, 2 for 2. Raises
this
the
the
sword above his head
Is
again.
this even the same gnome we were traveling with before?
Let's see. That's gonna bring us to Silvery. It's your go.
I got 2 in front of me.
Got 2 in front. One is about 20, or has gotten about 15-ish feet away from you. The other one is within 5 feet.
I'll attack the
Still.
one within 5 feet.
Yeah.
17 to hit.
17 does hit.
Uh,
The damage.
That is 7 piercing.
7 piercing. Got it.
Yeah, I don't really have any good bonus actions, so that's all she wrote.
You got it. Mill.
Recklessly defending again.
Got it. Mill, that of that group that you got with your erupting earth, one is dead, one looks relatively untouched, and one has taken quite a bit of damage. Which
Well,
is the
let's-
one that Silvery is currently engaged with.
Let's finish it off then, yeah?
Yeah.
Would I still have my symbiotic entity activated?
If I don't know how long that lasts. I
It
think
doesn't
lasts like 10 minutes.
say.
If it doesn't say, then it would.
Oh no,
last
it
as
says
long
it
as
says 10 minutes. Yeah.
10 minutes. Yes, you're at the tail end of it, though, I would
Pog.
say.
That's all I need. That's all I need. You're good. I'm going to bap it.
Give him
with
a
my
little
stick.
schmack.
I'm gonna do it.
Like that.
Do it, Mill. Bap 'em.
Okay. And I'm gonna use
is
my
smooth.
thing to oh I know I used my last charge. Damn it. Fuck. Balls. Shit. Okay. Never mind. I'm gonna do 15. Does that hit?
A 15 does hit, yeah.
Pog. 1d6. 2d6. And a d4. Fuck. Where did it go?
It's beneath your left side. There, baby. Right there.
You're pointing and I can't see what you're pointing at.
It's beneath the leg on your left side.
I can't bend that far right now. Alright. Oh, hey! That's 16 points of damage, or 18,
Yeah.
18 points of damage.
I mean,
Fuck yeah.
decimates it. Had 7 HP left.
Sweet.
Just cracks the staff into it. It falls over, beginning to necrotize on the ground. At the end of Mill's turn, if that is the end of Mill's turn, if you want to move or do anything, you're
Uh,
very welcome to.
I, how is everyone looking?
Haven't been touched.
Perfect.
The DM has rolled like absolute ass for this entire encounter.
Perfect. Okay, then, yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Cool. Pfeifferon's gonna go. He's going to be a cheeky boy. Pfeifferon is going to, as a bonus action, cast Thunderous Smite. He's going to turn and take a whack at the one that Wretch is now flanking, so he can get advantage. Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, it's still a dirty 20 because he has a plus 12 to hit, but Jesus Christ.
If he hits, Wretch will spit a glob of fiery spittle onto the weapon as he swings. He gets an extra d6.
An extra d6 of fire damage. Got it. So that's 2d6 from... Or no, yeah, 2d6 from the Maul, 2d6 from Thunderous Smite, 1d6 from Wretch, and a cheeky extra first level spell slot for another little bit of divine smiting.
It's
Is
7
going
dice. A lot of dice.
an extra 2d8 radiant damage. As Pfeifferon would like this fighting to be done, because he has one arm and he's tired of this bullshit. 11, 15, 25, plus 8. So 33 points of damage. Smashes into this one Ettercap that Wretch had gotten a little bit of an attack on. Let's see, how did that just... What did I do? There we go. Taking this thing from looking pretty okay to looking very badly injured. He is going to then use his bonus action to crack it in the head with his horns in an attempt to oh, that's Timble Onju. I don't want him. I want this one. Features and traits. Yep, bonus action, attempt to push the creature. Strength save. Fail. That one is going to be cracked in the head and stumble backwards 10 feet. He's going to make a dex save, which it fails, so it trips backwards over Wretch and falls prone to the ground. After Pfeifferon's go, the other Ettercap is going to make an attack on him. It's going to make 2 attacks on him, actually. That's a miss. And that's a natural 20.
Boo.
So Pfeifferon is going to take some damage. He's going to take 12 points.
Where's Pfeifferon in relation to Silvery?
About
Not
50 feet
adjacent.
away.
No worries.
Yeah. So that's going to be, whoops. Where'd the damage go? Oh, yeah. Okay. So that's 12 points of piercing damage. And then he has to make a con save. Oh, wait a minute. No, he doesn't. Right? He's a paladin. Oh, he's only immune to disease. He's not immune to poison. He does fail the con save, which is truly wild. He has a +8 to con saves. Pfeifferon is considered poisoned for the next minute. The other one is going to stand up, and it is going to make an attack on Wretch. It's going to make 2 attacks on Wretch, actually. Oh, Jacob's not here.
He's here. He's just standing up and moving his legs. He has wireless headphones now.
Oh, got it. Jacob, does a 15 hit Wretch?
Wretch.
Wretch.
I don't actually know Wretch's.
Yeah, 15 hits.
15 hits. Wretch is going to take 6 points of piercing damage and 4 points of poison damage.
Okay.
And needs to make a con save for me.
Man, that's rough. Better cap, sir. Tough. She will make the con save. Oh, no, she won't. That's 4.
4. Wretch is also poisoned for the next minute. She can make a saving throw at the end of her next turn to try and end the effect. And this thing's second attack against her is a 14 to hit.
14 just hits, I think.
Just hits.
Yeah.
That's going to
Oh,
be...
no, hold on. 14. Oh, I'm sorry, Kyle. I was wrong. 15 misses.
15 misses? Then
Yeah.
no damage, no poison. And...
Her AC is a 16. It's plus my proficiency bonus.
Got it.
I forgot the plus proficiency bonus.
Then in that case, no hits. That's the end of those guys' turns. Ervin, it's your go.
It is my go, and I will, fuck saving throws. I'm gonna enhance a surge myself, and I'm gonna elemental blast.
Ooh.
That's an 18.
You're attacking one of the Ettercaps?
Yeah, one of the early caps.
Okay.
The one preferably closest to the middle of the pack. Like everybody's like within 30 feet of each other, or
So there's the two that Pfeifferon are facing is back behind in the direction you all came from. So he's more like 45, 50 feet away with
Mhm.
those two. And then there is one that Mill just fucking clapped, but is still alive and is looking very hurt. And then there's another one that has backed up about 15 feet. Looks like it's trying to decide if it wants to run or not. And that one is still within 30 feet of you.
is that one within 30 feet of the other ones?
Yes,
Of the one Pfeifferon?
it's within 30 feet of the one that that Mill just hit.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'll hit that one then. The one that's trying to see.
That's trying to
Just trying
run.
to back up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
go for it.
There is
What was
no
the roll
escape.
to hit?
18 to hit.
18 definitely hits.
Okay. And 5 lightning damage plus what would be 8? 6 plus 4. So 5 plus 10 is 15 lightning damage.
Damn. Yeah, that one's not looking great either. Yeah, a big blast of lightning energy into this creature. Yeah, it's looking real rough.
Okay.
Um,
So that was 3, and you see lightning arc off of it, and it's gonna deal 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 lightning damage to the other one. That's
to the
within
one that
30
Mill
feet.
had hit.
Yep.
Lovely.
9.
That arc of electricity zaps into that one's back. It shocks it, and it fully falls down, and it does that thing that spiders do when you hit them with the poison spray for spiders, where it like curls in on itself and like twitches. That Ettercap is dead.
Sweet.
Oh, what did I do?
I'll stick close to Silver. Let's see. I think Mr. Pfeiffer needs some help, but he's so strong.
They need to learn to stay close.
Perfect.
Just like me.
Okay. At the end of Ervin's turn, it's going to bring us to Alexander's go.
I forgot the spiders were dead. I thought I had one more turn.
I would like to use my action to attempt to break out of these webs.
Cool.
Oh no. Goodbye, Vex. Okay, good.
It's going to be a strength save, please. Or strength check. Strength check.
Strength check?
Yep.
Oh, not great. A 9.
A 9 is not enough to brute force your way through this thing. However, how are you attempting to break the webbing?
Probably with the fiery hand as I draw my
Okay.
sword.
Then in that case, I'm going to ask you to make an attack with your an unarmed attack with your hand.
17.
That definitely hits. How much damage do you do on an unarmed strike?
4.
4. The webbing has vulnerability to fire damage, so literally touching it with your fiery hand, it evaporates off of you.
Amazing. That's still my action though. Blade is drawn. Would you consider the last command I gave Wretch a persistent command?
I would say so.
Yeah. And there's only one Ettercap left with the rest of my companions, right? And there's still
Yeah,
two on Bifron?
There's 2 on Pfeifferon, and there's one that just got jolted by Ervin that is seriously looking like it's about to run away.
Okay. They can handle that one. I'll go help out Pfeifferon.
Got it.
Nothing for my bonus action. I'll just move into position so that I'm... if I can, I'll get to the other side of the furthest Ettercap, but otherwise I'll just get, like, next to Pfeifferon.
Yeah, you can get into flanking on the other side if you wish.
Sick nasty.
Um,
We're just in a fun little chain here.
There's
And then
that. And now
Does-
it's Wretch's go.
Wretch hit with a... I think she's +6. No, it's a +5, but it's still 15.
15 hits.
Let's go, Wretch. Let's go. Let's 6 points of piercing damage.
6 points of piercing. That Ettercap is looking real bad.
And that's me.
Perfect. That's gonna bring us to the Ettercap that just got shocked by Ervin. It is not within range of any of you. It is going to turn on its heel and it is going to dash away into the gloom, disappearing into the darkness. Onshu looks pretty sad that the creature ran away, and is going to turn around and run off towards the other group that's fighting. He's going to dash to get there, so he can't make any attacks this round, but he's going to go get up in that fray as well. Silvery,
Is
Is
there
this
still
okay?
one?
there are 2 left that are fighting Wretch, Alexander, and Pfeifferon. One of them is severely hurt. The other one is looking okay. And they are about, I would say, 50 feet from where you are at right now.
Cool. I'll turn to Urvin. Follow me, and then I will phase step
Ooh.
30 feet in that direction, and use the rest of my movement to get 10 feet away.
Yeah, you
Or
will.
actually, can I position myself so I'm beside Pfeifferon and Alexander and such?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can.
I'll take up position by them so that when I recklessly defend, which I do now, it will benefit them, and then I will attack.
You
I'll
got
start by
it.
attacking the fucked up one.
The fucked up one. Go for
Yeah.
it.
Try and finish this fool off.
Is it? Oh, is that the one that's running away? No, right?
No, that one. That
one.
one's has already ran away.
Cool. That's an 18 on the die.
That
That's
hits.
8 piercing.
Yep, you kill it.
Yeah, the vines, instead of this time ripping off, just like punch a hole in the back of the head, or the front of the head of this creature.
You
Uh,
got it.
Cool. That's bonus action, and recklessly defending.
You got it. Alrighty, Mill. There is one combatant left. Well, there are 2. One of them is running away into the gloom, but the other one is basically surrounded by your allies.
How does he look?
He looks okay, but scared. Like, he's not bloodied. We'll say that.
Okay. I will.
He's just soiled.
I will walk up to the one that looks like he's peed himself. And I will just place a hand on its shoulder and dig my, like, clawed fingers into his skin. And in my beast speech, I will say, You can run, but I will find you. And I'm gonna cast Infestation on the wound.
Oh, what the fuck?
Put your hand on my shoulder.
Is that a save?
Fucked up.
Yeah, it's a con save.
6.
That does not save.
Infestation. I believe that means you roll a d4 and he has to run away in a certain direction.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And then we wail on them, boys.
Then we
Yeah.
fucking go to
That's
town.
what the point was. 6 poison damage.
Jeez.
And he is going to run in the direction that his friend went.
What'd you roll on the d4?
Oh wait, D4 roll. Never mind. I rolled 3. That's to the east.
Yep. So he's going to. This movement does not provoke opportunity attacks.
Does not.
Unfortunately, but it does. But it only moves 5 feet. It's literally just trying to get away from the infestation. And
But
so
it's
it
in him.
takes it takes a step to the in an eastward direction, trying to get out of this situation, and does take that poison damage. Alrighty, Mills, at the end of your turn. Okay. Pfeiffer on. Gonna swing his hammer around. No smite on this one. Just gonna roll to hit. He does so.
Extra 1d6 fire.
Extra 1d6 of fire damage heard. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gonna do 18 points of damage with the maul. This thing is looking real bad now. Once again, is going to use his bonus action to crack it in the head. It fails the save. It is knocked backwards 10 feet onto. It is once again knocked backward 10 feet. Except now it can't actually go 10 feet. It gets into the fence. For the purposes of where we are at with this, there is one combatant left. He has 2 HP, and he is going to attempt to flee.
Kill him.
Survivors.
Kill
Mill,
him.
Silvery, and Pfeiffer on all get attacks of opportunity. One of you just needs to hit.
We all start cracking our knuckles simultaneously as he's looking at us.
Natural 20.
There you go.
18.
Disgusting.
An unnecessary nat 20.
Can I say what I do?
Yeah.
Mill rights himself upwards, and then just picks the staff out of the ground from where he had done erupting earth,
Yeah.
and just fucking
Yeah.
throws it, and then beams him right in the back of the head,
Yeah.
straight through his head.
And, a good little squish. Yeah, that's the end of the combat. There is one Ettercap that is still alive, but it is alone somewhere in the caverns, retreating. You look around at all of you. Funnily enough, when these creatures don't get the drop on you, they're not quite as rough to deal with.
Yeah.
You see all of you just kind of standing here, kind of taking a moment to breathe, to make sure that everything, or that you're all in the clear, Mill, make a perception check for me.
25.
Mill, as you walk up and you pull your staff free of the corpse of this Ettercap, something that happened last night happens again, and just out of the corner of your eye, you're fairly certain you see a small eye open on the side of your staff, and then blink close once again.
Got that shit out, man.
That's fucked up.
That dog is shit.
Did you give me a fucking cursed weapon?
Meow.
You're like,
Hi.
yeah. Totally mushroom guy.
Dark,
I'm gonna give him a mimic.
the dark side looks bad.
That doesn't sound like a curse to me. That sounds like a blessing.
Yeah,
Now
just
that,
be friends with the staff, you know.
the Ettercaps are defeated, it becomes a fairly trivial pursuit to get through this fence fairly easily, especially with much of it having been weakened now by Mill's abilities. And
Sabotage.
there is stuff to do with the mushroom folk, but we're going to save that for next session. Everybody gets to level up.